Hey Virgo, welcome to your first reading for March. I hope this finds you well. So excited to be here with you, bringing you a general reading for the collective of Virgo, Sun, and Rising. The Moon and Venus shows up in the clarifiers, so that's kind of why I only say Sun and Rising. My intention is that I'm reading for a person, your core personality, or the face you show to the world, and all the other attributes show up in the clarifiers. Okay. Also, I did want to mention that this, because it's general and for the collective, it may not resonate with everyone. That's okay. If that happens this time, maybe the next one will speak to you more, but just take what speaks to you, leave the rest. And if you're here as a Virgo Sun, you can always check out your rising sign reading or be a cross watcher and watch the Sun or Rising readings for your divine counterpart. Sometimes messages come through that way a little bit more clearly because you're kind of looking at it from the other person's perspective. Okay, I think that's it. Other than I wanted to mention the channel memberships. I know I've been talking about them for a while. I had hoped to get them launched by the 1st of March, but then I thought better of it because I've been having a very rough Mercury retrograde, even all the way through this post-retrograde shadow phase. So I'm holding off until the 13th, 14th-ish. So this time next week, the membership should be up. What are they? There will be 2 levels. The first level, as I have been promising, will include the morning musings that many of you seem to like, but that didn't catch on YouTube in general, except I've changed the intention. Those are for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus because they're smaller readings. I can be a little bit more broad. I've been testing it for the past 2.5 weeks, and it seems to be working really well. You will also in that level get the solar return extendeds and the new moon and full moon reading extendeds in that platform, in that membership. Solar return is the birthday readings I do for each sign each month. I am behind on Aquarius because I was in that accident, and Pisces is underway. So once those are up here on YouTube in the platform that for the first level membership, they'll be there too. Right there, those 3 extendeds is a $33 value. So it's a pretty good deal. The second level is everything I just mentioned, plus the addition of one minimum, I should say, of 1 masterclass per month. I'm going to try to do more, but I'd rather over-deliver. So a minimum of 1 masterclass, that will be a 1 hour to 1.5 hour deep dive on a related topic, all things twin flame, tarot, new moon, full moon rituals, north node, south node, you get it. And of course, I will poll the membership to see what areas of interest you have. So that's it. So keep your eyes open and stay tuned for that announcement. I'm really excited about it. Okay, so I'm pulling 2 cards from Spirit Animal Oracle. 1 for Divine Masculine, 1 for Divine Feminine. Interesting. As always, remember, feel free to flip it around. So in other words, I say this is the Divine Masculine, this is the Divine Feminine. If you get through the reading and you really align with the masculine side, but insist you are the feminine, that's okay. It's just a label. Just reverse it. But I'm reading for the collective, and sometimes it comes out reversed, especially if you're here as a cross-watcher. So just wanted to make sure you understood that. Also, I am not designating who the Virgo is. That's up to you. If you're here as a feminine Virgo, this may be your side, but if this side speaks to you, do you see what I'm saying? So if you're here as the Virgo, then it's up to you to determine what side of the reading speaks to your experience, the connection. The other side would then be that of your divine counterpart. Just want to make that clear. Okay, so masculine gets card 45, Parrot Spirit. Watch your words. 4 and 5 is 9. So this is about learning lessons. We're completing lessons at the 9s. 10, it's done, right? We've come to completion. But here we're kind of wrapping up the lesson, and I feel as if there was something that may have occurred in communication that was either misunderstood or maybe said with before thinking it all the way through, and lack of clarity, or even something that was received as possibly hurtful. So the watch your words is asking you to really learn from that pattern in the past and be careful. Feminine gets card 24, 2 and 4 is 6. I love that. There's lots of balance there. Electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. So once you feel that sense of stability in that, the balance of the 6s, then you kind of feel ready to say, oh, here's what I want to work on, right? Because 1, 2, 3 were sort of exploring the idea internally and then maybe bouncing it off a friend. And then in the 3s, we're sort of co-creative energy. 4, we're making sure it's stable. 5, we're ironing out the kinks. And 6, we're ready to bring it to the world. So I hope you guys are starting to follow my little numerology associations. But bring your ideas to life. Could be an Ace of Wands, could be the Fool. So I love that energy. And then, of course, as always, watch your words. Any of the Swords cards. Okay. Especially Knight of Swords. That's often swift moving energy and getting out over your skis and, maybe not having thought it all through. When it comes off the tongue, you go, oh, I wish I could take that back. Interesting. So, talking about communication, we have the Knight of Cups. I love this for you. The Knight of Cups and the 8 of Wands. I think that's gorgeous energy because this is about moving toward love, and this is about either receiving communication of a passionate nature or offering it in return. It could be going back and forth, but the focus here is this is how you're stepping into the reading. A masculine ready to move toward love with their heart wide open, or on their sleeve, as we like to say, which means no posturing, no hiding, no shutting, no keeping little secrets. Everything's there for all to see. And the 8 of Wands, the feminine coming in, either all about the communication or ready to receive it. That's lovely. In the past for the masculine, 7 of Pentacles, right now, ready to move forward. Chariot, and they may hit a snag in the future with that 7 of Cups. I'll go through it in a moment, just getting the cards out. Wow. 10 of Cups in the past. There's your Leo, Virgo. For those of you in a Leo-Virgo connection, which are many of you, there's your confirmation. We also have Cancerian energy, and there is the reconciliation. I love this so far. We've got the 2 of Wands there. So what I'm seeing here for this masculine for sure is this readiness to move forward victoriously. There's no more hesitation. They're reaching that point where they're ready to take action. The Knights take action, taking action from the heart, from the fullness of their emotions, which in the future may be very overwhelming and sometimes confusing. What I love for this feminine is we've got the 2 of you ready to move toward the happiness, ready to kind of take the situation that's been stuck forever and move it forward, pour some sunlight on it. It's the best disinfectant, and move forward victoriously. So that's really lovely. Let me make sure you can see that. Okay, so that's your present experience of the connection right now. In the past, masculine, I'm getting the feeling that there was a little bit of impatience here. Normally the 7 of Pentacles is a card of patience, right? Knowing and trusting that the seeds have been planted and the crop, whatever it is that's been planted, will grow organically, will evolve and fall out organically. And the feminine was just all absorbed with the bliss, that happily ever after, the completion, the fullness of the emotional fulfillment in the connection. And the masculine kind of, I'm feeling it was impatience. I want to say impatience. I'm feeling the impatience because now they're speeding up. In the future for the feminine, we have the 6 of Wands, which is a card of reconciliation, a win-win outcome, making peace. It's another victory card. Wow. Yes. Moving toward love, ready for new beginnings, taking this connection to the next level with that Ace of Pentacles. That is a divine gift of stability, groundedness, commitment, can be abundance, but it's, to me, it's always, if you walk through that little archway in the hedge, you're in 10 of Pentacles land. So it is, to me, a new beginning in the connection, or up leveling the connection, taking it to the next level. I'm feeling the new beginning. Danger, Will Robinson. Five of Wands comes in because to some degree this masculine is dealing with interference. The Five of Wands is chaos, it's conflict, it's a lack of harmony, it's a lack of unity, it's usually outside interference. So let's see, like if two people are having an issue and then all of a sudden you got a lot of people piling on, it can be inner conflict. I just want to say that. It can be inner conflict, but it's usually something that stops someone's forward progress. Underneath, we have the star, so Aquarian energy, the star. So to some degree, this masculine may still be healing, may be just keeping hope, trust, and faith alive that the universe has their back as they sort through this conflict. Ooh, in the past, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I think they were impatient. Well, I'm going to say impatient. I'm feeling it because I feel all this pressure here in the, like when I say pressure, I mean urge, right? They're ready. They're ready to move forward. And in the past, they needed to walk away from something and were kind of getting impatient about it. Turning their back on what no longer serves. This has come through in the Virgo readings and the Leo readings, just FYI. Also, not to leave out Cancerian energy as well. So that's been sort of an ongoing theme of someone needing to walk away from something that no longer serves them in another connection. Interesting that this card comes out. I feel as if this is a passionate message. It's more flirtatious and not super serious, but it kind of kicks this energy off, right? It kind of just starts with a strike of the match. This is the spark that lights the torch. So I feel, or the ace. So I'm feeling as if there was some impatience about walking away from what no longer serves and offering up that spark, a message of spark to the feminine. What did I just say? Yeah. It kicks off this communication. I love when you guys work with me like that. I hope you know I'm totally playing off your energy. This is much more interactive than you all realize. Okay, Chariot right now, present experience in the connection. They're ready to move forward unless the clarifiers say they're stuck. Oh, they're ready to move forward to their past life soulmate. Six of Cups. So beautiful. Oh, guys, don't make me cry. So this masculine, this is someone they've known a long time. Clearly, I'm talking about the feminine here. You've either known each other possibly since childhood or your youth, depending on your age. And there's nostalgia here. There's warmth and fondness and the Six of Cups, the balance of emotions in this connection. This is also a past life soulmate card. So if this is someone new in your life, it's a clear indicator of past life connection. Oh, yes, they're coming from, this is Cups energy. So it can be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. But this is about this masculine sort of fully in the, we have the Knight and the King, so they're all about their emotions. They're fully in their feels right now. Fully in their feels about this Six of Cups, about the past life soulmate, the twin. Ooh, underneath is the High Priestess. So I think you're kind of not in communication right now. This masculine is, with the cards that are underneath, for those of you who are new, by the way, welcome. When I'm pulling from underneath, it's what's in the psyche of the person that I'm reading for or about, and it's kind of just something bubbling up under the surface and often, drives behavior. So you know how sometimes you do things and you're like, why do I keep doing this? The cards underneath explain. So here what I'm seeing is either this masculine's kind of trying to feel their way around through signs and synchronicities, through their intuition, but it's also a card that indicates no communication and possibly separation. It can also be hidden feelings, and being that it's clarifying the King of Cups, there may be feelings that they're kind of pushing down, suppressing in the future, but it's getting harder to do. The future, Seven of Cups. So they are going to feel a little bit overwhelmed and confused with regard to whether or not they should make that gallant return. Knight of Wands is that energy of, you know, acting on impulse and passion, and the kind of person that shows up at your door uninvited, unannounced, and wanting you back. It's very much like swashbuckler, sweep you up off your feet kind of energy. But I feel as if while this masculine may feel, also a card of Sagittarius, I will mention that, while this masculine may be feeling in the future that push to want to return or take action on their passion, they're gonna be stopped by this confusion. Not, you know, maybe mixed messages from any communication that may take place. Let me see what comes out on top of that. But they're gonna take the darn leap of faith anyway. I love when the Fool shows up. We have Aquarius twice here as well, so that may be important for some of you. Can also be a rising sign of your divine counterpart. Eight of Wands for the feminine. So I feel as if the communication will need to sort of be, focused on the area of transformation. Like, in other words, has that energy died off? Are we embarking on a new phase, a new cycle? The new and improved version of either this divine masculine or of the connection. So I feel the communication will be focused on transformation. That's what the feminine will be interested most in hearing about or discussing. That is a card of Scorpio. Or are you going to be complacent? Are, same old, Nine of Cups. Wow, there you are, Virgo, underneath. And it is about this Knight of Cups. And there's your Sun. So I'm getting a lot of confirmation here. I feel the Nine of Cups in this case represents the energy of complacency, right? Somebody who's kind of content with things the way they are, or has been content with things the way they are, right? They didn't walk away. Eight of Cups, they kind of stayed, go with the flow. I'm not really unhappy, but I'm not really happy. I'm not really miserable. I'm kind of in that mode of, it's not enough to compel me to make a change. And I feel that that's what the topic of transformation is about. And this Virgo energy coming through here, Virgo, the Hermit, the Knight of Cups, and the Sun, right? If this feminine underneath has been on a very deep and solitary journey, has really done a lot of self-growth, personal, looking into their self-awareness and really becoming clear about everything that went on from their experience, from their perspective, what they brought to the party. So there's this energy here of almost being not just aware, but almost very wise. There's a lot of wisdom here. So as this Knight of Cups and the Sun come into view for this feminine, which is what this feminine has likely always wanted, they're more circumspect about it because they don't know if this person is still in that Nine of Cups kind of complacent energy and hasn't really made the changes that would be necessary to bring this into focus. So the Ten of Cups in the past. Everything was dandy. Really thought, nailed it, got the rainbow, the happily ever after, and we were at this crossroads, Two of Swords, endings and new beginnings. Queen of Swords, and there's our twin flame card, 1111. I love this card. So what I'm feeling happened here is we hit a definite speed bump. I almost feel like we had an end of a cycle. An end of a cycle as a result of this moment where the feminine kind of went within. We already see the hint of that in the Hermit, but even more so in that Two of Swords. It's like you go within for the clarity about a decision that has to be made. Do I stay or do I go? Are we on or are we off? Is this right for me? Is this not right for me? You know, when you go inward, because you know the clarity isn't out there, it's within, it often, you know, especially if you're considering, is this really what I thought it would be? And I'm saying thought for a reason, because we have the swords. Is this really what I thought it would be? That was the moment, and then we come full circle, ending this cycle and a new beginning. And I'm feeling as if that ending happened because this feminine went into I've got some questions for you mode. You know, Queen of Swords, it's underneath, so it may not have gotten to this point. You may not have had the opportunity for the communication or for this truth-seeking, truth-telling session, but this was the feminine's next step with the twin. And possibly about this divine masculine's readiness for this Ten of Cups, readiness to be fully emotionally present and available. I don't think it happened. I think that there were questions that needed to be asked that never kind of had the chance to materialize. It really did depend on this masculine walking away from some other situation or something else that didn't serve them, or some pattern of behavior. I'm saying that because of the Death card. Feminine right now, though, look at the beauty of this card. I love this card. So gorgeous. There he is, for all, you know, just happy, naked as a jaybird, riding around on his pony in the backyard. Notice the huge stone wall behind him. So he's not aware of the harsh, cold world beyond. So he gets to feel that bliss. That's what the happiness is. When we know we can feel safe and protected in our vulnerability. That's a definition for me. You can come up with your own, but that's what I feel every time I see the Sun card. You know, when I said sunlight is the best disinfectant, it's like it clears up anything has us feeling tainted or shamed. So I love that this feminine is present experiencing the connection. They're really starting to feel more comfortable in their own vulnerability. To such a degree that we've got this next crossroads. We had it here in the past, now we have it in the present. Judgment, right? Second chances, forgiveness, answering the call of the past life soulmate connection, redemption, salvation. Say whatever you want. This card is that moment of truth. Are you going to answer the call of the connection, or are you going to move on? And I feel as if this feminine is saying, I'm ready. I'm ready. I feel safe and protected myself in my own vulnerability for myself. And I'm ready for the second chance. I'm ready to answer the call of this connection. Scorpio energy in the Judgment card. Because this is the love of my life. This is the love of your life. Six of Wands in the future, to me, now answers this whole Judgment card. We've got a card of reconciliation and victory. You can see the wreath of peace around that one rod at the top indicates that there's been a victory, but it's also like this this knight in this is coming back from battle to tell the king, no lives were lost, no blood was shed, our kingdoms made peace. That's the general energy of this card. So whenever I see it, I feel like it's a reconciliation, not necessarily between warring factions, but between people who have been not on the same page at the same time. And that's very common in these connections. Timelines are even different within divine connections. So you have that win-win outcome. You make peace, you reconcile any differences or misunderstandings, and you move forward, wait for it, victoriously. Moving forward victoriously and reconciling with your King of Wands. Leo. I'll be fair, Aries, Leo, Sag. We have a lot of Virgo Aries connections in the house, so I gotta be honest. Ooh, and then the fairness and balance is restored. Libra energy and the Justice card. A message of love or apology underneath. And reigniting the torch of passion that you have both been waiting for so patiently. See how we started with that Seven of Pentacles in the page, and now we have the Ace and the Seven of Pentacles. And I was saying in the very beginning, this person was impatient, this masculine was impatient, and now you've both waited patiently, and you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor and reignite the torch of passion that you've waited for. I love this reading so much. I cannot wait to get to the extended. If this is speaking to you, Virgo, if you've been with me for any length of time, you kind of know what the extendeds are about. But for those who are new, I'm going to take all this energy now and I'm going to laser focus one card for what you need to focus on, an issue, a situation, maybe an energy. What's the block, the challenge, or the dynamic between you around that card? What can you do about that block challenge, or what can you expect to come of it? I'll clarify all of that. Then your messages to and from each other. What are you saying to each other at 5D? What do you want each other to know? Then one card for you, Virgo, from your higher self, spirit, or the universe. We'll let your spiritual team weigh in on the situation and offer you advice. And then what can you expect going forward? If timing's a factor, it would show up there. We do have the Seven of Pentacles on both sides, which indicates to me as a reader that this thing is kind of unfolding organically. It's not going to respond to any pressure or push. But we'll see what comes through. The link to the extended is right below this video in the drop-down description box. I'll see you there in a second or in a future reading. Take care, Virgo. Bye.